Good morning, everyone. I will start by introducing myself. My name is Trisha Rodanisky. I am an undergraduate student at Athabasca University with my major being psychology. I have also been an active member of the Psychologists Association of Alberta for 5 years, and I have an extensive education in psychoanalysis. My primary goal is to become a clinical psychologist and focus my research on men's health. Today, I am presenting my abstract, Men's Mental Health, Identifying Critical Gaps in Clinical Practice. It examines generational trauma, evolving gender roles, and relational well-being with the goal of supporting men in improving clinical interventions. This study is designed for health practitioners, counselors, graduate students, and researchers. Ultimately, men themselves are the main beneficiaries. It highlights unique burdens men face, gaps in research and training, and strategies to improve mental health care. This study is cultural specific, and it emphasizes how generational influences shape norms, coping, and relational well-being. It does not label gender-specific norms, but it does reframe the mental health importance for men across the world. This study uses a mixed methods design. It focuses on single cultural group per study. Participants will include 50 to 80 men, ages 25 to 50. Therefore, results will span across 3 generations for comparison. Data will be collected through surveys to gather measurable information on stress, trauma, and coping strategies. Through semi-structured interviews, the focus will be to explore personal experiences and perceptions. The best way for participants to be recruited for this study will be through community and targeted networks, such as their local organizations. This ensures they represent the culture under their study as best as possible. Data will then be analyzed using correlation and regression to identify relationships and predictive patterns, while other data, such as structured interviews, will undergo thematic analysis to identify meaningful themes and insights. The findings of this study can be interpreted within their cultural context to ensure relevance and accuracy. Key research questions of this study include, but are not limited to, how do men perceive the impact of generational trauma on identity, coping, and mental health? How do shifting gender roles influence stress, coping, and relationships? This study leads to further research. How might women's increasing independence intersect with men's roles and mental health, as well as any other questions that can be generated from the results? Limitations of the study include potential cultural bias, reliance on self-report data, and generalizability, confined to men. Despite this, the study prioritizes a nuanced, individualized understanding. For decades, psychological research has heavily focused on feminist theories and women's psychology, often examining the abuse and victimization that women encounter. It is concerning that men experience higher rates of completed suicide, often through more violent means. There is still a lack of research and motivation to examine men's unique psychological experiences across cultures. To this day, men do not have many, if any, resources that they can turn to other than family physicians and psychological treatment that is not discreet, especially regarding existential well-being. Men still experience many of the same abuse dynamics as any other gender or ethnic group. We are not history. We can see in the observation of our own daily lives that we are transforming, men are transforming. With this study, we can break down the barriers that keep men from seeking help, like placing an emphasis on men needing to be strong. The question that comes to my mind quite often is, when will men have a break from being the target of biased research and have research dedicated specifically to them? I want to thank everyone who came out today to listen, learn, and be part of an important conversation.